Good evening and welcome to Pakistan Today News from our London studio. I'm Chris Taylor. Iran's President Masoud Pezeshkian has vowed that the country will never surrender as the conflict in the Middle East continues to intensify. In a televised address, Pezeshkian apologized to neighboring states affected by the escalating violence and ordered Iranian forces not to strike them unless they are attacked first. His remarks came as explosions shook Tehran, including areas around Mehrabad airport, following a large wave of Israeli airstrikes. Reports say Israel deployed more than 80 fighter jets in the latest attacks. Meanwhile, Gulf states such as Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates continue to repel retaliatory strikes as the conflict enters its second week. In the United States, preparations are underway for a dignified transfer ceremony at Dover Air Force Base for 6 American service members killed during the conflict. President Donald Trump and Vice President J.D. Vance are expected to attend the solemn event later today. Amid these developments, Saudi Arabia's Defense Minister Prince Khalid bin Salman has held talks in Riyadh with Pakistan's Chief of Defense Forces, General Asim Munir. The meeting focused on the growing security challenges in the region and efforts to halt ongoing Iranian attacks targeting the kingdom. Both sides held discussions under their joint strategic defense agreement and emphasized that such actions threaten regional stability. Officials say the talks also highlighted the need for restraint and diplomatic solutions as tensions continue to rise across the Middle East. The meeting comes at a time when Tehran's drone and missile strikes have affected several Gulf states, prompting stronger security cooperation between Riyadh and Islamabad. Let's go now to Islamabad for more on Pakistan's role in the regional situation. Our correspondent, Sarah William, joins us with the latest.
Thank you, Chris. Officials in Islamabad say Pakistan is closely coordinating with regional partners as tensions in the Middle East continue to escalate. Diplomatic and military leadership here have emphasized the importance of stability in the Gulf, particularly given Pakistan's economic and security interests in the region. Authorities say Pakistan's engagement with Saudi Arabia is aimed at ensuring collective defense cooperation and discouraging further escalation. Meanwhile, officials stress that dialogue and restraint remain key priorities as the crisis unfolds.
Sarah William reporting from Islamabad. Thank you, Sarah. In another development, the Arab League has announced an emergency virtual meeting to address recent Iranian attacks against the territories of member states. Foreign ministers from Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Oman, Jordan, and Egypt are expected to participate. The meeting was requested amid growing tensions following Iranian strikes that came after a major United States and Israeli air campaign launched on February 28th. Arab League Secretary General Ahmed Abul Gheit has condemned the attacks, describing them as violations of international law. He warned that the recent developments have created what he called an unprecedented level of hostility in the region. Leaders hope the emergency session will help push for de-escalation and prevent further conflict. Back in Pakistan, the government has dispatched 2 national shipping vessels to ports in Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates in an effort to secure crude oil supplies. Officials say the move comes as the Middle East crisis threatens global energy routes and raises concerns about disruptions through the Strait of Hormuz. Authorities in Islamabad say the step is intended to safeguard Pakistan's fuel reserves during the period of uncertainty. The government has also raised petrol and diesel prices amid rising global costs, but officials say those increases will be eased once conditions stabilize. Pakistan is continuing to work with regional partners to ensure steady access to energy supplies. Pakistan's Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister Senator Ishaq Dar has also been engaged in diplomatic outreach. He held a phone conversation with the United Arab Emirates Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister Abdullah bin Zayed Al Nahyan. During the call, both leaders exchanged views on the evolving regional situation and the recent attacks affecting the Middle East. Dar conveyed Pakistan's solidarity with the UAE and its people in the wake of the latest strikes. Both sides emphasized the importance of maintaining peace and stability across the region. Meanwhile, Pakistan's military operation known as Operation Ghazab-Lil-Haq continues along the country's northwestern border. The Pakistan Army says it has intensified ground and airstrikes against Afghan Taliban positions in North Waziristan. According to officials, multiple militant posts have been destroyed, forcing fighters to retreat and suffer significant losses as hideouts are demolished. Military authorities say the campaign involves coordinated aerial bombardments and ground assaults along the Pakistan-Afghanistan frontier. The operation is expected to continue until all strategic objectives are achieved. And finally, an anti-terrorism court in Rawalpindi has sentenced 47 proclaimed offenders to 10 years in prison in connection with the May 9th attack on the general headquarters in Rawalpindi. The court also imposed fines of 500,000 rupees on each individual and ordered the confiscation of their properties. Those convicted include several senior Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf figures, among them Omar Ayub, Zartaj Gul, Murad Saeed, and Shibli Faraz. Prosecutors say the accused were involved in violent protests and attacks targeting the GHQ Gate, Hamza Camp, and the Army Museum during the unrest of May 9th. Charges were originally framed against 118 individuals in December 2024. The court proceeded with the case under the Anti-Terrorism Act after the suspects were declared absconders for failing to appear before the court. That's all for now. You're watching Pakistan Today News. I'm Chris Taylor.